Hi, it's Fearless and welcome back to Zero Escape's first game, 9 Lives, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. In last episode, well, I'm amusing myself with every episode because I keep going, we'll get out of this room, and then we don't get out of the room in that episode. But we had a good reason for it this time. Well, good maybe not the best word, it was not good. But we had a story from Seven. He regained his memory and we were then told of what happened 9 years ago and how that girl died. And that girl is most likely the Akane we knew from our childhood, and Santa will be Aoi, who is her brother. So let's continue where we were. I'd say let's hope for something a bit more light-hearted, but I really don't think we're going to get light-hearted this close to the end. But either way, let's continue.
Yes.
Yep.
Right. The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
I'm pretty sure we're all fine with his death too.
What? What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
New materials been added to the file screen. Okay, keycard 0. Well, alright then. Okay, so file. Okay, so pitch taken 9 years ago, which will be of those 4. Which I don't care to look at. So, let's get out then. Cool. Right. Let's hope we can get out. Oh, let's just swipe this card. Open. Junpei, look! It's unlocked! Yeah. Now we can go back to the library. Oh, okay. So yeah, we couldn't come in through one door, so obviously now we've come in and then we went out and then it kind of feels like the only reason we came into this room was to find that picture and the key. Well, we did need the key, but we'd then just go back out where we came in. Either way, as Snake says, hurry up, Junpei, we don't have time. Let's go. I know, I'm talking so much, we need to just get a move on. Alright, let's go. You found it. We found a lot.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes! I think it unlocked. It says incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Is this like the actual incinerator? Does that mean we're on the ship now and we're not in a recreation?
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
We want to open it.
Got it.
Well, to be fair, we are following, Lotus, Ace, June, and Santa. So we probably should get a move on.
Let's go.
It's just been so long, I forgot what we were doing.
What the hell is going on?
I feel like we missed a lot over here.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy. You came to get me.
Didn't have a choice. This was the only route to take.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
I'm glad all you like. I want to know if Santa's alright.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
He's gonna worry about you because there's some weird reason he likes you.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Ace.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle
To be
Pharmaceuticals.
fair, Ace is a lot shorter and we don't have a lot of time, so you probably should just stick with that.
You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that.
Good. We don't like you, so we'll keep you at a disadvantage.
You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my
We
pain?
want you to suffer. We don't like you.
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect.
Bleh.
And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
Of course he doesn't. How was he meant to know?
What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending.
Sounds fun.
I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye.
Bye!
Wait! What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open! No! What is this? Why? That digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening? Now! Ah! No! Ugh.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it.
Yeah, really, don't mention it. We haven't been getting along the whole time. Let's suddenly not have this lovely moment between us. That would ruin this image we have where we don't like each other and wanted to kill each other not too long ago.
Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat. 9 years ago? Then you must be... Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass. Oh.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital root, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota, but he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
Then you mean to say... Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead.
Don't worry, we'll protect you now.
Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
But how would you know that that person was that the person that he thought it was, unless they were actually wearing the same clothes as then, and maybe the other man spoke to him and said who it was. Because he's not going to know just by looking at him, is he? So how would he have known that it was him to kill him, unless he was just killing anyone and it happened to be him? Certainly no coincidence, but...
One blow was all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
That's this piece of paper that says, I am Zero, and he thought, oh my god, it's Zero, and then he killed him and it's obviously not Zero.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the nonary game.
Would this be a piece of paper that he got right at the beginning then?
The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please.
Zero wouldn't have really minded any of these people dying. Like, the bad people.
0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted.
But if I'd ever said, because like when he chose, I was like, would you like to know why I chose door 1? And if we'd have gone, yeah, tell us why you want door 1, would he have actually told us that's the reason?
If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered.
Oh, so like he just walked in and went, who are you? And he went, I'm Musashido. And like, okay, you're gonna die then.
He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was.
Would have made things incredibly awkward if it was a family member of his.
I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
He's such a loser.
Yes, so it would seem. It was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake.
There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap, and I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands.
Genius. We're gonna have to admire. We're gonna have to admire Zero for that one.
All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
7! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
What was the nonary project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic. The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
Knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom from a single stream into two branches. Only flows in one direction, it can never flow backwards. Information is the same way. Moves from the past to the future, but never flows backwards. That's why people at the river source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. The people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I'm I, the ninth letter of the alphabet. I'm also 0. No, that's not true. Not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover? Oh, sheep.
Freeze.
Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Which, to be fair, is totally fine by me. Kill him. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? This isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks drained. He's going for the door, huh? Need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
Can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all it's gonna give us? The hell does that even mean? Sheets, they're out. Oh no, the gate's shut. But the rest of us are stuck in here. Well, looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. Seems to be alright. I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
I don't think he'd do that to them. Oh, but he is. Sheep, we've got to do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. There's the red. Yeah, right, we can do this. I've just got... No, it's not going to work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. 26. 2 plus 6 is 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Might as well keep it at this point. You borrow it that many times. Sure, why not? Don't think I'm going to need them. Ever again. Well, she's sitting looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations, a lot of them. Huh? Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. Great, that's positive. But hey, no need to rip pages out like that. Jeez, why are you even complaining? You were given this for free right at the beginning.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Actually, we should probably be questioning why none of those got pens and paper. Why was it only me? Alright, at least I haven't got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Lotus.
What?
And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she'd read it out though. Oh, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Where the hell did that come from? Like she suspected that about as much as I did.
Without... If you're not...
Or did he actually fall for her?
Look, it'd be bad, alright?
Oh, so sweet. Well, a copy, she doesn't have much confidence. Oh no. I'm all for this couple now.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
That's the best way you can put it.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure she's flattered.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
But if Snake can get through a door and it actually need to use like the bracelet and too, because it can take it off because of his arm, then that'd be an option. But if she came up with all the possible outcomes and the only one that got us to 18 was this one, then it won't make a difference anyway, because there isn't another option where we could just pretend Snake's bracelet doesn't exist.
You're all idiots.
We've grown attached. It's been a long 9. Oh, it's been way longer than 9 hours, but you know what I mean. As tough as you want, Lotus, we can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
This couldn't get through when he was trying to do the 9.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace?
And then Santa was able to get through it with Ace, so maybe it says that it's a 9 door, but it's not actually a 9 door. Lying to us.
I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9!
So it's not a 9-door. But we already know that Akane and Santa's bracelets weren't the numbers they said they were.
Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
Plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9.
You were right.
But there were 2 9-doors before because we'd come to the conclusion that they didn't want to leave anyone behind. But if this is 1 9-door, we'd have had to leave someone behind. So there's got to be something else, because if all of us were meant to get out safely, and you can only have 3 to 5 people going through a door, then how were 9 people meant to get out of one door safely?
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
We can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high, there's no way in hell we could get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. Guess this is it. The end. Can't vision? Well, okay then. I was watching. I'd watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. That was a bit weird. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Get out of our body. Smell, taste, touch. Felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness, was inside of him. With the morphic field set, we were resonant and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. The bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. The resonant event melted into him and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies shown on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
That's my brother Ali. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
I ran down a long straight hallway and burst into a large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. The other boys got in a fist fight. The girl watching them began to cry. "I want to go home," she cried. "I want to go home." Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It had been 2 hours since the nano game began. It was starting to fall apart. Just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us and his voice had authority and dignity. Lights died down and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me.
Probably quite hard to do when everyone's fighting around you, so shush and let him concentrate.
Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted.
Oh, it's so sweet! I just want to give him a hug like he really needs a hug. It's absolutely adorable.
I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult.
Aww, it's so nice.
But my sister means a great deal to me, and I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way.
Ooh. That explains like how they all knew about the clover thing.
Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck?
I kinda really like that Santa remembered all this information 9 years later and yeah, that's so lovely.
Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us, and I took one too. Eventually I was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. I had one last thing to say.
Now don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with a number 9 on it. But there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was only the 1. If there's only 1 door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors!
Began to panic. Then, as if things had not got bad enough already. Does that mean that Ace's plan the whole time was to kill at least 4 people? Because it wouldn't have been possible for them to get out, so even with the information from the people in the building in Nevada, they wouldn't have all been able to get out with that one door.
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
My brother always swallowed hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator. And that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. A pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. It was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, I would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
First happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. Came out on the other side of door 9. The wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. We ran and led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Howie, Snake and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran, ran, ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nana had slowed them down? I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I stopped, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they'd caught up. That's when I realised.
Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I'd had me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. I knew I couldn't tell the others. They'd stop me, I was sure of that. I stopped to think, I simply moved. And then thought it was a good idea to go get myself killed because I wanted something that I should have actually been okay without. But I was a dumb child at the time, and caused a lot of problems for many people. But it was worth it to get Jumpy's present, that then got incinerated with me, because I'm such a dumb child. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. Moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It's just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. Ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs in freedom, the door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was hunger. Dire hunger. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly I began to walk backwards. 1 step. 2 steps. 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Uncle's hand close around my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There's an edge to his insanity. Edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then, suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open. My brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as I leapt towards Hongo.
You came back!
I cried out. Then,
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked towards the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fist clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. Moved them both over the scanner panel. The asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though it was nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few minutes later, the 2 other doors slashed shut as well. Faintly I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran towards the door with a 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the side of the door. A weird, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My throat echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
And it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in
Ooh, jump here, vision.
18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy sheep. Man, I knew what I was going to say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise, I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
you know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn. What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, god damn it. Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
Oh, 7, figure it out. Not Junpei. Okay then. That's fine. I see where your heart lies. It's totally fine.
What? Why me?
She loves you too.
Just shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor is moving. Okay. I was gonna say about it, but
What the hell is that?
yep, pretty much. Scanner vision.
What is that? What is that?
You know, it is a really good question, and I'd like to know, and I'm not really sure what the heck's going on with anything right now. But I guess we'll just have to wait until the next episode to find out what it is, what's going on, and will we get out? By the looks of things, still not anytime soon. But anyway, that'll be next time, so thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye.